Beer was first brewed around 4,300 BC, although the recipe has changed many times over the centuries. Hops were first used in the Middle Ages. Lager, first brewed in the 19th century, rapidly conquered the world. Nowadays, beer is more popular than ever. Although brewing technologies have improved tremendously over the years, the main ingredients are still water, malted barley, yeast, and hops. Heineken uses these ingredients to brew approximately 30 million hectoliters every year, equivalent to 12 billion glasses of Heineken beer. Heineken's history began in 1864, when Gerard Adriaan Heineken bought a loss-making brewery in Amsterdam. Gerard attached great importance to quality, and as a result, Heineken grew into one of the world's largest brewers. Heineken has not changed the recipe since 1873. Gerard's son, Henry, was the first to export beer to the USA at the end of the Prohibition in 1933. And he expanded the company by building breweries in Asia. At the end of World War II, Henry's son Alfred launched a worldwide advertising campaign. He introduced the smiling E's in Heineken's name, since this was how he envisaged consumers enjoying Heineken beer, with smiles on their faces. His successful advertisement campaign resulted in a major international expansion. Heineken is now the world's leading brewer, and the Heineken brand is available in almost every country. Heineken brands have always been regarded as premium quality products and the ultimate in beer taste. More than 100 Heineken breweries ensure that your beer is always of the same high quality wherever you order it. Heineken's commitment to quality extends from the first stage in the brewing process right through to the time the beer is consumed, as a result of which Heineken has become the world's most valuable international premium beer brand. Sponsoring plays an important role in Heineken's marketing strategy, with a focus on 3 platforms: sports, film, and music. Heineken is a partner for the UEFA Champions League, the world's most prestigious club football competition. Heineken is also the official sponsor of the Rugby World Cup, the Heineken Cup, and the USA Tennis Open. Film offers Heineken an effective platform for reaching a global audience, promoting the brand, and furthering sales. Heineken sponsors more than 100 major music events all over the world. Heineken perceives 4 major brand values: passion for quality, drive for progress, embrace diversity, act responsibly. Heineken's strategy has always attached great importance to the innovation required to ensure that the company can always anticipate and respond to consumers' changing needs. For example, by elevating the beer experience and offering quality draft beer for consumption in a wide range of situations. Draft Keg. Fresh, high-quality draft beer you can serve at home or at any required location. Beertender. The genuine draft beer system. Heineken Extra Cold, a new beer experience. Extreme Draft, a mobile draft beer system. Innovation also extends to new packaging and new products, such as Heineken Premium Light, introduced in the USA in 2006. The quality of beer is largely determined by the way in which it is served. This training video is intended to increase your knowledge of different types of beers and develop your skills in serving beer of maximum quality. Perfectly served beer makes the difference, not only for the customer, but also for you. The 4 basic ingredients for brewing beer are water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. Water is mixed with crushed malted barley. The mixture is then heated and filtered. The filtrate is boiled, and hops are added to flavor the brew and modify the chemistry. The brew is cooled and yeast is added. The yeast breaks down sugar into alcohol and CO2. After a 1-week fermentation period, the beer is cooled and stored for 6 weeks. This maturation process increases the alcohol content to about 5% by volume. The beer is then filtered again and filled into bottles, cans, and kegs. There are 2 major types of beer, bottom and top fermented beer. Bottom fermented beer is brewed using yeast that sinks to the bottom of the vat. Lager beer, a bottom fermented beer, is the world's most popular type of beer. Lager has a crisp and refreshing flavor. Heineken, Amstel, and Foster's are examples of lager. Lights are lagers with a lower alcohol content or reduced calories. Heineken Premium Light and Amstel Light are examples of light beers. Flavored beers are normal strength beers with added flavors, such as fruit or spirits. Desperados is an example of flavored beer. Non-alcoholic beer is beer with virtually no alcohol. Buckler is an example of a pale lager with a low alcohol percentage of 0.5%. The second type of beer is top fermented beer, where the yeast floats on the surface during fermentation. Ales are top fermented beers. Ales are heavily hopped for a bitter flavor and aroma. Newcastle Brown Ale and John Smith's are examples of ales. Stouts are dark beers brewed with roasted unmalted barley. Stout usually has a somewhat bitter flavor. Murphy's Stout is an example of stout. Ciders are alcoholic beverages based on apple juice. Cider, like beer, is brewed by fermentation. Strongbow, Bulmers, and Woodpecker are examples of ciders. Wheat beer has a blend of lively, aromatic, and mildly hopped flavors. Most wheat beers are naturally cloudy due to the yeast they contain. The beer is not filtered at the end of the brewing process. Edelweiss is an example of a fruity, tangy, and aromatic wheat beer.
Hi, I'm Frank Evers and I'm from the Netherlands, the home market of Heineken. My job is to train bar staff members in how to pour the perfect beer. When you serve beer, keep in mind that there's a difference between serving a bottled beer and a draft beer. A bottled beer is served in an open bottle with a matching glass. This way the customer can decide if he likes to drink the beer out of the glass or out of the bottle. Served on a coaster with the bottle label and matching glass facing the consumer. Pouring beer is a special ritual. Before you can start pouring beer, you first have to tap the keg. After delivery of new kegs, always allow kegs to rest in the cooler at least 24 hours before tapping. This way, the beer can settle and cool, so the customer can drink a perfect beer when being served. To tap a keg, you have to remove and discard the protective plastic keg cap. Do a visual check of keg bung and tap head equipment. Look for possible damages and cleanliness of the equipment. Align the tap head into the keg bung and firmly twist clockwise a quarter turn. Pull out the handle sleeve and bring down tap head handle. To disconnect the keg, you have to put out the handle sleeve on the tap head and lift up in one motion. Firmly twist counterclockwise and remove the tap head. CO2 is a natural ingredient in beer. Setting the correct CO2 pressure is very important to the taste and the quality of the beer. CO2 pressure is used to transport the beer from the keg to the tap and to maintain the CO2 content of the beer. If the pressure is too high, extra CO2 will creep into the beer, resulting in too much foam in the glass. If the pressure is too low, CO2 will escape from the beer in the keg, resulting in flat and bad tasting beer in the glass. If the pressure is set just right, beer will flow at the proper rate and produce a nice and tight head of foam. The rule of thumb for proper pressure is the temperature where the beer is stocked divided by 10. For example, If it's 15 degrees Celsius, the pressure should be 1.5 bar.
Lager is the world's most popular type of beer, and lagers are available for every occasion. Heineken's most famous lager beers are Heineken, the leading international premium lager, Amstel, another quality beer from Amsterdam, and Foster's, a golden lager.
Serving perfect pours makes your customer happy. The perfect beer is always served in a matching clean glass and with a draft head of the right height. A lager has ideally a draft head of roughly 2 fingers height. This is for protecting the beer. It's like the cap on a bottle. This way, the CO2 stays in the beer and oxygen cannot interfere with the taste of the beer. To pour the perfect beer, you have to take a clean glass and give it a good rinse. To create a clean surface and to cool the glass. Hold the glass in a 45-degree angle. Open the tap with one smooth motion. Gradually straighten the glass when it's almost full. Close the tap in a firm, quick movement when the glass is full. Put the glass aside the column to avoid dropping. Skim the beer with a wet skimmer under an angle of 45 degrees. Serve on a coaster, logo towards customer and say, "Enjoy your Heineken."
Studies have demonstrated that customers enjoy Heineken served at cooler temperatures. Serving Heineken at a couple of degrees below the average serving temperature increases the total consumption, and it offers customers a smooth beer with a less bitter flavor they find easier to drink.
Serve a Heineken extra cold in an open bottle right out of the Sub-Zero refrigerator or from the extra cold column. And of course, with a matching frozen glass.
There are many different types of ales, such as pale ales and brown ales. Newcastle Brown Ale is a reddish-brown ale with a full-bodied taste and subtle sweet flavor, and has the real character of British ale. John Smith's Extra Smooth is a pale ale with distinct cereal character with malty and caramel notes, complemented by a touch of fruitiness. It's the #1 UK ale brand.
To pour the perfect ale, you have to take a clean glass and give it a good rinse. Hold the glass in a 45-degree angle. Open the tap with one smooth motion. Gradually straighten the glass when it's almost full. Close the tap when the glass is full. The ideal draft head is roughly 1 finger height.
Cider has a crisp, refreshing apple flavor. Strongbow, a dry cider, is the world's best-selling cider brand. Strongbow is made from bittersweet cider apples and has a tangy bite. Bulmer's cider is chill-filtered at 0 degrees, so its flavor and the refreshment it offers are best when the cider is drunk over ice. 50 different varieties of apples are used to make Bulmer's cider.
Serve Bulmer's with a branded pint glass half full of ice. To pour the perfect cider, you have to take a clean glass and give it a good rinse. Hold the glass in a 45-degree angle. Open the tap with one smooth motion. Close the tap when the glass is full. Cider is served without foam. To serve the perfect beer, please pay attention to hospitality. Greet everyone at the table personally. Serve the customer or say you'll attend to him soon. Ask for a beer order and recite the beer list. Hygiene. Make sure that the tap faucet and the glasses are clean. Make sure you look well groomed. Make sure that the rinse water is clean. And wash your hands regularly. Draft system. Check the temperature of the beer every week. Draft beer is between 4 degrees Celsius and 7 degrees Celsius. The art of pouring. Rinse, pour, skim, and present it in the right way. And be proactive. Take the responsibility for the customer's alcohol intake.